What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Patrick and this is Valor Aquaponics. It's been a long time since I've made a video. There's a lot to talk about, so I really don't want to waste any more time. Let's just get started. But first off, being that it's January 1st, 2022, just wanted to wish you guys all a very happy new year and praying for great things for all of you. But let's get this video started. So as always, we get started with the tour of the facility. So this is our cayenne pepper and our jalapeno peppers. I think the last time I showed this, they were like tiny little plants. But as you can see now, we've got lots of little peppers. We've got tons of cayenne peppers. These right here are banana peppers. And this is something really cool. So these guys right there, this is a Carolina Reaper ghost pepper hybrid. It is certified organic. So we're actually going to be one of the only certified organic ghost pepper farms, Carolina Reaper farms, in the country that I know of. Back there we have serrano peppers. We have some habaneros over there. So lots of jalapenos, tons of jalapenos. So we're kind of thinking we might start making our own hot sauce. So I'll talk about that in a little bit, but some of the plants are doing well. Some of them are struggling a little bit with these lights. That's coming. Jalapenos don't seem to mind the I don't know if you guys remember this, but this is actually the tomato bed. It's turned into a, you know what, I had a great plan to trellis all this, but you know, these tomato plants have a mind of their own, so we're kind of just letting them do their thing. But we are starting to grow some tomatoes. So like if you look inside of here, I don't know if it's going to be able to focus, but right inside of there, let me see if I can focus on. It's not going to focus, but there's tiny little grape tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. So we're waiting on them to get to full size. So tons of flowers, flowers. So doing really well. As you guys remember, a long time ago we had a problem with the heater that electrocuted a bunch of our fish. So we've got other fish in here now. We've got new younger butterfly koi in here, so they're doing fantastic. They're still kind of small. They're only about 4 inches long, but they're doing fantastic. As you know, here's our buddy here. So he's a little shy today apparently, but they're all doing well. Koi are doing fantastic. This is the strawberry bed. So we've had a learning curve with the strawberries. So we realized that they take a lot of iron, they take a lot of potassium. So that's why some of these don't look so well. But before I could even get to them with the potassium, as you can see, some of the, that's iron right there. From when I actually spray right into the little, the grow pot back here. But so I'm spraying these once a week with, they're organic certified. So they're certified organic, iron and potassium. And inject it right into the grow pot. And they're starting to do really well. I mean, we've got a bunch of flowers growing here. This is actually grown to almost 3 times its size in a matter of 2 weeks. Ever since I started, and I've only started doing the iron about 2 weeks ago. So as you can see, this one's actually just starting to flower. This guy was nothing. As you can see, we got quite a bit going on here. So a bunch of flowers starting. So we're really excited for strawberries. You know, we've got the koi in here. They're shy as always. They're humongous. We're actually going to be moving these guys soon, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. So when I get over to the other side. But yeah, these guys are doing well. The big ones are going to get moved. Small ones are going to stay. Then we're going to probably put a couple extra small ones in here to kind of restart the whole cycle. The microgreen bed, it's actually not that full because it's not planting day. So tomorrow's planting day for the following week. So this is next week's microgreens. So I don't plant the week after till Monday. So we got that going. This is some extra basil that we've got growing, and I'll show you that in a second. So we got our Asian blend, our broccoli back there, our radish blend. We actually have some more up here. So doing well. The tilapia in here are doing fantastic. They're huge. They're gigantic. We actually had an issue recently. I'll talk about that again in a minute. But we were able to see how big these guys were, and these guys are huge, gigantic. I wish I could show you, but it's hard to show you. So this is our yellow perch pool. I don't know if, I think I showed you guys this the last time, but we had some die off. We still have some dying off. I've got to take this cage out. It's causing more problems than it's supposed to help. So I'm going to take that cage out today. We have about 200, I would say about 200, maybe 175 yellow perch in here. And as you can see, the water has cleared up quite a bit thanks to my filtration system that I built that cost a few $100s. And the few $100 filtration system has cleared up this water. But the exciting part is that we actually finally received and built our Grow Oasis system. So this is a Grow Oasis system built by the Aquaponics source. We are a distributor for the Aquaponics source. So so this is what they carry. This is a double decker. They call this the double decker Grow Oasis. It looks simple, but it's actually very like if you don't know what you're doing, well, mechanically, this is going to be a tough build for you guys. However, we do like the design. Not a big fan of the liner because it's not like our pond liner. It's a little different. The material's a lot more. It's not as bendable, so it's really tough to work with. But we like the design. You know, it fits in really well with what we're doing. And then we bought more Mars Hydro lights, but these are different. So these are, once again, we're a Mars Hydro dealer. So we got these new lights. We string them from the ceiling. These are actually some more peppers that we're growing. I'm just keeping them in here for now. So we've got, these are poblanos over here. I believe those are jalapenos, habaneros, and I think cayennes are right here. But the exciting part is we have basil. So if you remember a long time ago when I first started this channel, we were a basil farm. And then we had an issue over the summer when we lost a lot of, or where we had a heat wave and we lost all our basil, as you can see over there. So that is still a mess over there, but you know, moving on from that. So we replanted and we actually moved them over here with the better lighting, and they're thriving. So these guys also need a little bit of iron, kind of almost on like every couple week basis. So I give them a little bit of iron. I do try to, as you can see, I do try to inject it right into the grow pot. These are grow pots right here, or technically peat pellets or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, we inject them right into there, and then I put a little bit into the water. But since it does share with the trout pond, I try to just keep it within the grow pot. They're doing fantastic. So those actually over here that are nice and green actually used to look like this, where they were kind of yellow. So these guys I just injected a few days ago because they were starting to get this yellow color. So that typically means it's deficient in iron. So as you can see, they're starting to grow back, or starting to turn green. So we're really excited to have basil again. As you can see, we have a lot of basil growing, and then we need it because it's actually one of our most highly demanded products. So we're really excited to have basil. This mess right here is actually a build that we're doing for the 3rd Street Market, which I'll talk about that in a minute. That's another topic I'll talk about. But these fish are going to be going. So these are baby koi. These are butterfly koi. They're babies. There's, I believe, 20 in here. We received them about 2 weeks ago. They're in quarantine. It's a 100-gallon pool here. We're probably at about 80 gallons, but that's perfect. That's plenty of water for them right now because they're small. I got it set up on a Flubel canister filter, so they're doing well. They're eating. We're just trying to get them used to humans. This comes from a koi farm, so we have a dealership with a koi farm, and so we get these in. So they're not always acclimated to humans. So we're trying to get them acclimated because they're going to go into an aquarium, which kind of goes with this whole system, and then they're going to go into that aquarium. I don't know if you guys can see it with the because it's so clear, but we bought that aquarium. It's 120 gallons. All acrylic. It's a stand that we built for it. So it's going to be a display that we're going to have at the 3rd Street Market. And as you can see, we have tons of lettuce. So lettuce is doing fantastic. The problem that we're having is we have more lettuce than we have customers. And we're finding out that it's because most of our customers don't want to buy full heads of lettuce. They want salad mixes. Now I learned that too over the Christmas holiday when I went to the store, and full heads of lettuce were still available, but all the salad mixes that you see in like the containers were sold out. So we are strategically changing our philosophy a little bit. I'll talk about that more in a second. But so we've added we're adding some new products. So we've got some arugula over here. We've got, this is spinach here. And this is kale. This is actually romaine. So we're gonna start growing some more romaine. I'm not sure if you guys knew about this. This is, so we have, so we're starting to grow red butterhead. And then, so we have the red oak leaf over here, which is a very popular product for us. People really like it. It grows really well. It looks amazing. So these are still fairly young. We've got some better ones up here. So we've been taking from up here for our orders. So those are pretty much full size. And then we're playing around. Don't mind the mess here. We've been doing some moving stuff around. So we're playing around with different butterheads. So the typical butterhead that you see at the store is this stuff. It's a lighter green. It looks nice, but we're actually playing around with this stuff. It's actually darker, and so we're gonna see if that actually sells better as well. So just kind of playing around with some stuff. We did make, I just cleaned this out today a little bit. So this used to be full of other stuff. I installed the new Mars Hydro light up here, and this is so you can see more arugula. We've got more spinach. That's some lettuce. We've got tatsoi. This is mustard, just giant red mustard. We have more romaine here. We have leafy red leaf. I believe that's green leaf. That is green oak leaf. And then we have more romaine here. And then that is, I believe that's romaine as well. Oh, that's spinach. So we have spinach growing. And these are tomatoes that we're growing in pots. So it's not quite like true aquaponics with these tomato plants, but we're still utilizing the fish water. So it's, you know, it's a hybrid of aquaponics. They love the fish water, so we're still using that to feed. We do supplement once again with the iron and the potassium, and occasionally some calcium. But once again, everything is certified organic. Everything is, we do everything above board. So everything has to get approved. So yeah, this is starting to look really well. The one bad part, and we had a massive tragedy here. So don't mind all the cobwebs. As you've known in previous videos, we have a spider. Some people call it an infestation. It's starting to become an infestation, I think, but we're probably gonna have to start clearing out some of these spiders because they're starting to get a little out of control. But we had a problem here. As you can see, you can actually see the bottom. So that tannish color is actually the liner, and the dark is actually some of the old leftover, you know, like poop and you know, uneaten food that's slowly starting to get to the pump here. And then I pump that to this filter, which then I release into that solids filter right there. So it's actually working out really well, because if you remember, you couldn't even see in here. But the other issue that we're having, as you can see, you're not seeing a lot of fish. And that is because we had a power failure. We had a power outage actually. About a week ago, maybe 10 days ago. It was unexpected. We had really high winds here. Knocked out the power to this whole area. And apparently it happened at like 4:30 in the morning. I didn't realize it till about 9:30 in the morning, 9:30 in the morning. So I quick came here, verified that the power was out to the entire area. We did not have a generator, so I had to, luckily I was able to go rent one. But if you know anything about rainbow trout, and that's what used to be in here, rainbow trout, is that they take a lot of oxygen. They take a lot of dissolved oxygen. So they went like 6 or 7 hours without any oxygen being pumped. So by the time I was able to get the generator running and hooked up and have the aerators hooked up, we had lost 99% of our rainbow trout. We lost over $4,000 with a rainbow trout. And we're not a business that can afford to lose $4,000. So it's been devastating. I believe we have 1 or 2 rainbow trout left. They're usually hanging out over there. So, so what we're planning on doing, is you remember I was talking about how we're going to move some of the koi. We're going to actually take some of the biggest koi that we have. I believe we have about 6. We're going to take them and put them over here. They require more space, and there's plenty of space over here for them. This is easily about 2,500. Right now it's probably about 2,000 gallons, but I could easily raise it up to about 25 to 3,000 gallons easily. So we've just been kind of letting everything clear up a little bit before we move them over. The filtration system's working great, and the remaining trout would do okay with the koi, because the koi aren't going to mess with them. I don't believe the trout are going to mess with them, because the koi are all, I believe the koi actually might be bigger than some of the trout that we have. So it's been really unfortunate. We actually set up a GoFundMe to help us replace, because you remember we raised these guys from little babies. They were, they were like that big. So and when we got rid of them, let me show you a picture right here. They were huge. As you can see in the picture, they some of them were 2 feet long, and still growing. Very, very big. They were well fed. They were well taken care of, and we were actually going to hopefully start milking them in the spring, so that we could start collecting their eggs, and maybe even starting to hatch some, and then even selling some of the roe. We're going to do a bunch of stuff, and now it's all done. I mean, we basically have to start all over. And like I said, we're not a big company, so I'll talk about that more in a minute about the finances. So so if you guys can help, we have a GoFundMe. I'll put the link in the description below, and if you guys can help us. The one cool thing is that everything will be going under our new foundation name. So we have the Valor Foundation. We have applied for our 501c3. We applied for that about a month ago, although the IRS is behind in processing the applications. But from everything that I've read, is we can start fundraising as a 501c3, and then retroactively be able to honor or make your donations tax deductible. So we do hope to have the 501c3 at some point in 2022. So any money that you give will eventually become tax deductible. So anything you can give would be greatly appreciated. Luckily though, I'm a connoisseur of finding deals. So I was able to find a brand new generator for sale online. So we just bought this. Actually I bought this. It's a Durostar DS4000S. So it's I believe it's 3,300 watts. So 3,300 watts of running wattage, which is more than enough to run all of our pumps, all of our aerators, and some of the lights. Not all of the lights, but at least we can keep all the fish alive. We can keep the filtration running so that ammonia doesn't build up, and then hopefully by the time hopefully at some point the power will come back on and we can have the lights working again. But the big thing is trying to keep the fish alive. So we got this guy. We're really excited to have that. I wish we had some greener technology, but once again, we're working on funding. So I'll talk about that in a second. So that's the tour for now of the facility. Once again, everything is growing really well. Really excited for basil. This stuff will probably be probably be big enough in about 3 weeks where we can start harvesting. They'll get to be about that size in about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. These guys are slanted a little bit, but that's mainly because I got the fan over here, so you can see them blowing. It actually helps them quite a bit. So it actually strengthens the stem as well. So they need aeration. So really excited for that. And we're really excited for the strawberries, as well as the tomatoes, and then the all the various peppers that we're growing. Oh, here, you guys can see. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, they're gonna go back to hiding. So all the little baby koi that we've got. So there's some really cool looking ones in there. And once again, our famous, I feel like he's almost like our mascot. He's my buddy. We will never sell him if I can, if I can help it. But this guy right here, that one's about 16, maybe 18 inches long, so he's gonna go into the other pool. So there's another one in here, not to him, but there's another white one. I think that one, there's a big white one in here. Maybe it's him or him. I think it's him. They're gonna go into the big pool. So 3 out of here, probably 3 or 4 out of there, going into the big pool. So we're excited for this. We just started talking about doing hot sauce. We're gonna go into the other room because we don't have fans running in there. But we're really excited for some new possibilities. Let me set the camera down for a second so that I can talk to you guys face to face here. So just give me a 1 second here.
One eternity later.
All right, so I'm actually in my office. This is actually the CCTV that we have set up, so you guys can see, like, I can basically see the entire, warehouse where we grow everything, even the trout pond, all the office areas. So in case we have any leaks or any emergencies, I can see this, and I can actually see this on my phone or on a tablet. I can see this on my home computer. So it's great little tool to have. I actually installed everything myself. I used to actually do this, but I just kind of want to show you guys that in the background. And I apologize that I look really pale. It's because we have really bright lights. We have 4000K lights in here in my office. So and I'm only utilizing half the lights, so it's really bright, but it's quiet in here. So kind of wanted to talk to you guys. So yeah, we've been through a lot. So I actually I was driven out of my job. So you remember I used to work full-time on top of being here full-time. Well, about 3-4 weeks ago, my boss basically like ran me out of the company. I ended up putting in my notice because he was discriminating against me, and basically he discriminated against our station with our three technicians that were left. If you remember, Devin left quite a while back because of my boss, and then he ran me out, and then the other two are now extremely miserable. But that's a whole nother situation. That's a whole nother legal issue. But essentially, I'm here full time now, really hoping that everything takes off. We are going to be opening up a store in the 3rd Street Market, so that's downtown Milwaukee. Used to be the old Grand Avenue Mall. They converted it. They did a really amazing job. Half of it's like apartments and condos. The other half are business offices. And right where the food court used to be is they're actually putting in, getting all these vendors. So there's like 13 restaurants. We're going to be like the only store vendor. So having grocery items, and it's all basically going to be organic or all natural if people aren't certified organic. So people will be able to pick up vegetables, fruits. We actually have set up some accounts so we can get organic fruit in because we're not growing any. So like oranges and pineapple and all that stuff, mangoes, bananas. So we're gonna have that there. We're still working on the coffee because we're actually apparently going to be right next to a coffee vendor. But we're not making coffee. We're trying to sell the organic coffee. So we're still working out the kinks for that. But we're also waiting on the grant for that. For whatever reason, we're like everything with us seems to be just overly difficult. So typical processing time for this grant's been 3 to 4 months. We're going on 3 to 4 weeks. We're going on 6 weeks. So I don't know why. Like it almost every time we do stuff like this, it almost seems like we get singled out for some stupid reason. And so I asked for a status update earlier, or a couple days ago. Haven't heard anything. They never responded, so I'm not sure if they were just out of the office or if they're just ignoring me. I'm not sure, but it's been a headache because we kind of need a lot of that money to get started with, to finish building out everything. So what you saw back in the warehouse was the retail counter, was part of the aquaponics display. We still have to order fridges. We have to order stock. We have to build a shelving unit. We have to order another security camera system with a couple cameras. And then we have to order another POS system. So, and then we have to pay the security deposit and the first month's rent. So, there's a lot of stuff that we have to pay for, and we've been relying on this fairly decent grant, and for whatever reason, it's taken a long time. And while we're doing that, we're struggling financially still. As you can see, we have a ton of lettuce, not a lot of customers. So I have done everything. I've contacted local stores. I've contacted local restaurants, and apparently nobody really wants full heads of lettuce. It's been tough. But something promising was we actually went and saw a shared kitchen yesterday. Shared commercial kitchen in Waukesha. Really nice people. Great couple that run it. We're super nice. Their kitchen is amazing. They actually have 4 kitchens in this space. And because what we're planning on doing is we're planning on taking our lettuce and making a mix like what you see at the store with like the spring blends and the 50-50 blends, and we're gonna make some proprietary blends using some of our microgreens. So we're gonna get into that. And in order for us to be able to get the permit for that, we actually have to have a commercial kitchen space, and we don't have that here, and we don't have the space or the money to build that here. So it's actually cheaper for us to just go rent the space and then just pay for the permit. So we're going to hopefully have that taken care of in the next couple weeks. We're finalizing everything, but they, some promising stuff with them because they have vendors that they're buying their vegetables from the store, and they're not getting, some of the stuff's not organic, and even the chef that runs the kitchen, the wife of the couple that runs it, she's a chef, and she's like, yeah, I buy my stuff from the store. So we can provide organic vegetables to her for cheaper than what she's getting at the store, and it's going to be a better quality. It's going to be super fresh. So and then she's talking about there's some possible vendors that they have there that might buy from us, so that would be really helpful. As soon as we have the salads up, we'll put it on our website. We're not sure if we'll be able to sell it nationally unless we get registered with the FDA. That's something that we're working on. But in terms of financing, it's tough. It's tough when you're not turning a profit yet. Nobody really wants to deal with you when you're making less than $5,000 a month. So we're really close. I really feel it. We're really close. We have the lettuce. We've increased sales with having lettuce. We're just not quite there yet, though. So we're hopeful that the salad mixes will help. I know that having some of the other vegetables are going to help out greatly. But we kind of need help in that aspect. Devin is now officially on. He's a 50% owner of the business. So Devin is with us. He's actually not here right now. He's dealing with some family issues, but he'll be here later today. Otherwise, he would be on this video. But we're working hard to raise money. I mean, we really feel that if we could find 1 or 2 people that could help us get probably about $100,000, we'd be set. We'd be set because that's more than enough money for us to buy the equipment that we need, build out the rest of our warehouse, pay off some of our debt, but then that would give us enough money to run for about a year to a year and a half, which is more than enough time for us to get situated, especially with having the store at the 3rd Street Market, being that we're going to be the only store within, I believe, like 3 or 4 miles in downtown Milwaukee. That's going to be huge for us. So we think that that's going to be really successful. And then, once we start getting the salad mixes, and we can start marketing that to some of the major chains around here. We've got Kroger, we've got Meijer, we've got Century, we've got Piggly Wiggly, we have Woodman's, and then there's like Health Hut and things like that. So there's a lot of places that we could sell to, and I think they're just more interested in getting the prepackaged stuff where it's washed, it's cut, it's already mixed. So we're working on that. So hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks we'll actually start having some lettuce for sale. It kind of depends on the permits. But that's kind of where we're at. Once again, we had the blow with the trout. So if you guys can help us out, I think we're trying to raise like $1,500. We raised a couple, I think like $150 so far. But if you guys can help us out, once again, the link is in the description below. If you're an investor or a potential investor, you really and you're thinking about helping us out, we want somebody that's going to be around for a while, and that really believes in us, because Devin and I are super passionate about this, and it's not about for us. It's not about becoming rich. Granted, though, from an investor standpoint, we want to see that you're taken care of. But between Devin and I, we don't care if we're ever rich. We just want to have a decent life. And the bigger thing is we want to have a company of our own. We want to have employees that get treated fairly, that get treated right, while also being able to grow really wholesome vegetables, really great vegetables. All of our stuff is 100% certified organic, USDA. That's what we want to provide to the community. And we do want to be able to start doing more, maybe doing some donations. We actually did a donation for Easter. We donated to a local church. We gave them about $750 worth of produce for some of their needy parishioners, financially disadvantaged, I should say, parishioners. I don't want to say needy. I like the term financially disadvantaged. So we want to try to do more, but that takes help. So we do want to eventually, hopefully soon, we want to be able to hire some people. So we want to hire a couple clerks for the downtown market. We're probably going to need a delivery driver at some point in the near future. Maybe 1 or 2 people to help out part-time here at the farm doing harvesting and things like that, or even at the shared kitchen where we're helping process basically take all our lettuce that we have here, we bring it over there, we wash it, we cut it, we mix it, we dry it, and then we package it. So we have big goals. So we're looking for an investor or two that really want to come on board, sees the vision. We have a chance of a lifetime to really take over this market, especially here in Milwaukee. We're kind of just west of Milwaukee, but I'm a stone's throw from Milwaukee, so we're only 15-20 minutes from downtown. So between Milwaukee, Madison, and then you got the Chicago market, Northern Illinois market. It's quite a bit of territory. So we're just looking for the right people. We're not looking to have 6, 7, 8 people. We're looking for just 1 or 2 that really want to come on board, that sees the vision, that have the resources to help us. Like I said, we can get by. I think we would be very successful with like $100,000. Ideally, we would love to buy our own land, so we can have greenhouses and be able to incorporate solar power. We want to incorporate solar power, wind power. We actually have a design for our own wind turbines. Once again, Devin and I are skilled tradesmen, so this is what we do. We engineer stuff. So we have some designs for that. Solar power is solar power. There's really not much to that. But we also want to incorporate some, we actually have designs for a mini hydro turbine that we could use within our system. We just need capital for that. So we're and this is all stuff that we can actually patent and we could sell nationally and maybe even one day globally. So we just need someone that sees the potential in us, that believes in us. Not necessarily even the business, but believes in us. Because that's the biggest thing is, you're not just investing into the business, you're investing in us. But as you can see, we're devoted. We're here. We're not collecting a paycheck. I have not collected a paycheck. So Devin isn't collecting a paycheck. So we're doing this, with the intent that, hopefully good things will happen. We're having faith. So we're hoping that someone sees the faith, has faith in us. So if you're interested, please, you can either do it through WeFunder. So we do have a WeFunder account, which is for investors. I'll actually put the link in the description below. Otherwise, you can actually contact me directly at this email address right here. That comes to me directly, and then anything that comes in, Devin and I will talk about. We can schedule a Zoom call. If you're local, you can actually come out to the farm. Otherwise, if you're more comfortable doing a Zoom call, we can do a Zoom call, anything. So I apologize if this video's taking a long time, but it's because I haven't made a video in, I think, like 2 or 3 months. So it's been a lot to talk about, me basically losing my job. And then, I actually went through some health. I've been going through some health issues. Hopefully that's on the up and up. and Devin's been dealing with some family issues. So it's been a lot. You know, we've been dealing with the farm issues and things like that, and you know, I feel like we're teetering on success. So we're right there, and I've been saying that for a while, but we also haven't had the cash infusion that we've needed. So so we keep teetering because we're kind of just making it, you know, month to month right now, barely scaling by. You know, we just kind of need someone that believes in us to give us that extra push, that kind of gives us the resources that we need to be successful, so that we're not worrying about how we're going to keep the lights on, and, you know, how we're going to buy this and how we're going to pay for this, and, you know, pay for this bill and pay for that bill. So, you know, we just kind of allow us to just focus on the work, so that we can become successful, get into the marketing. Actually, we just got accepted actually into a it's an accelerator program. So I don't have all the details yet, but that should be starting at the end of January. So it's actually the first one that we've ever been approved for. I've applied for many, and we keep getting turned down. We keep losing out to all these tech companies. So it's a problem. I mean, we're technically a tech company, but we're not. We're an agricultural company that incorporates technology. So we get passed over by just strictly tech companies. So that's a whole nother spiel. But we've got some promising things going on. So that's all I got for you guys. You know, we're really hoping that 2022 is going to be the year for us. We're really hoping that we can get everything off the ground, that this is finally our year. We're going to be able to finally turn a profit. And not just turn a profit, but make some significant profit this year, and pay down our debts, hopefully pay off our debts, and maybe even purchase some land and grow some greenhouses and really get into the technology aspects. Devin's got a lot of ideas for some proprietary technology he wants to produce. It just comes down to money and being able to hire people to take some of the burden off of us for some of the easier stuff, so that we can focus on the more technological stuff. So so that's all I got for you guys. You know, I do want to wish you guys a very happy New Year. I hope you guys were safe over New Year's Eve. I hope you guys woke up without a hangover, for those of you that drink, and for those of you don't that drink like me, you know, fantastic. Hope you guys had a great morning. Hope you guys, if you guys are into college football, I hope your college football team's doing well. Big Ten, I don't know. Wisconsin won, but Michigan lost last night, so, you know, that was a big blow for the Big Ten. So, you know, I'm really hoping that everything's working out. You know, go Packers. You know, we're a big Packer fan here. You know, I'm in Wisconsin, so, you know, Aaron Rodgers, hopefully he's going to get his fourth MVP. And hopefully we secure the #1 spot today, you know, with a win and I believe a Cowboys loss. So sorry for all you Cowboys fans. You know, I'm a Packer fan, so what are you gonna do? So hopefully you know, your teams are doing well. I'm not into basketball. I mean, I like the Milwaukee Bucks, but I'm not a basketball guy, so I'm sorry. But congrats to the Milwaukee Bucks, because I think since the last video, they won a championship. So, you know, congrats to the Milwaukee Bucks on winning a championship for us. So it's fantastic. You know, that was really exciting to watch, even though I was at work. Yeah. I really hope that this is the year for you guys. And if you guys ever have any questions about us, you know, you guys can go to our website right here. It's valorveggies.com is our produce website. Our other website is actually valoraquponics.com. We do have a short little blip in there about Valor Foundation, which is our 501c3 that we're creating, and that's going to help with the technology aspects. It's going to help with research and development. Going to help with conservation. So what you're seeing with the perch and what we want to do with the rainbow trout, that's all part of that, and green technology and things like that. So once again, we've applied for the 501c3. We're already registered in the state of Wisconsin as a nonprofit. We did apply with the IRS for the 501c3, so our application is pending. We hopefully will get that approved. It's looking like it's going to take about 6 to 8 months. It used to take 6 weeks. Now they're saying 6 to 8 months. So hopefully sometime over the summer, maybe early fall. But if you guys can help, it'd be greatly appreciated. And any donations you guys give this year, as long as we get our 501c3 by the end of the year, end of 2022, your donation will actually be retroactive. So which means it's tax deductible at the end, for your 2022 taxes. So if you can help out, it would be greatly appreciated. Once again, I hope you guys have a fantastic New Year's, and I'll see you guys soon.